Please join me in a moment of silence. An old friend has retired. Hey, but we've got an exciting new addition to the channel. Stick around, let's find out what this is. Welcome back to Chadrick's Tech. Today, it's a very different episode because we will be reviewing a piece of hardware, but not necessarily a piece of computer hardware. A desk chair, because I had a chair that has been a part of my life for, oh my goodness, longer than I want to admit on camera. So it's through me. It was with me through my bachelor's, master's, doctoral, postdoctoral training, residency, and at least, oh my goodness, how many years of my professional career. And it was rough, and I've spent a lot of hours in this chair, a lot of time spent, days, nights. There's been a lot of time. And then, needless to say, it's been a really good chair, but I would say that it's worn out because I've had a lot of back pain. And it was time to get something new. I spent a lot of time looking at chairs, and quite frankly, there's a lot of options out there. And the chair technology has really been something that I've had to put a lot of time and study into. But in the interest of getting better lumbar support, I have moved toward a chair more on the economical side of things, only to convince myself that I needed to spend more money on a better chair. But this chair has good ratings, and I got it crazy cheap for a sale on Amazon, believe it or not. The link for this chair is in the description. But before we get into that, a word from our sponsor. What? Still no sponsors? I mean, what? Hey, if you'd like to sponsor this channel, please reach out. No. So as I was saying, I did need a chair that had better lumbar support. I've had a lot of back pain lately, and I realized it's probably time to retire. I'm very sentimental about things. I don't just throw things away. I'm not overly rough on things. It's just, I was raised to take care of my property. So it's been a part of my life. It's been following me through my career, and it's time to really retire it. Unfortunately, the lumbar support is gone. The seat cushion is completely worn out, but the leather is still in immaculate condition. There's a lot of chair technology that's not on this chair, and there's a lot of chair technology that didn't make it onto my newer chair. But let's go through this thing. Let's build it together. I'll give you first impressions. Okay, let's go ahead and get this chair together. I wanted to show you exactly how it was packaged. There's Chinese writing and markings all over these labels, but you just need to be aware of what you're getting when it shows up. Does the U.S. make an office chair? Who makes a quality office chair in the United States? Most everything seems like it's from China. Anyway, I digress. But I'm just laying out all the parts here and showing you the packing and what you can expect. I commandeered the missus to help me with the two different angles, so trying to get these things synced up so you at least know what you're in for. Once you get everything laid out, it really doesn't go together difficultly. You just need to be aware of what you're getting and the quality of what you're getting. Overall, I don't think the quality's poor. Hey, I just want to put that right there. Perfect. Well, quality isn't horrible. It's not considered a premium chair, right? But all the essentials are here. So the first step is to put the stand, the base together, and these sections pressed together in 2 screws in each part of the legs. Once you get that cinched down, you go ahead and put the casters in. And it's a press fit, as all those are.
Pretty much par for the course. That's pretty standard equipment there. And then you want to go ahead and put the armrests on. And each armrest has 3 screws, and they give you an Allen wrench, but you can see they're slotted, so you have some adjustment, but it's static adjustment. It's not dynamic adjustment in and out. So take that for what it is. You can adjust it and then tighten it back down. And then the main chair mechanism goes there in the center, and then the back rest gets bolted to it. And there's not really much adjustment there. You just line up the holes and take it on down. And overall, everything went together really well. There was no cross-threaded fasteners. That from that standpoint, I didn't have to fight it. And then the cylinder was in the base, and that easily just drops down on top. And again, it's a press fit to the cylinder, and your chair is 90% complete. So it really is not a difficult chair to put together. Now all that's left really is the headrest, and instead of having to bolt that on, it just slides up and down the top of the back of the chair. And so that was the adjustment. There's little dimples, if you will, that hold each adjustment in place. And once you're in it, you can free up the back and recline. It was relatively solid. It does look loose there when I was swiveling it, but that's because the armrest will swivel left and right. It wasn't loose from the base. So they'll go forward and back and left and right. There was more adjustment in the armrest, and I would have appreciated more adjustment in the base. So maybe that's what you get a little bit more of when you pick a little bit more premium chair. But the back support was what I was really going after. And oops, go figure. I left this in because you're not going to be able to adjust your headrest very easily in the seated position. So you'll get it set to your liking, and it will swivel back and forth. And I thought I was going to tip over here, but it does recline back quite a ways. The base of the seat is a little firm. Now that I'm sitting and working in this, it's a little firm for my liking.
So there you have it. Chairs together. It's been already in the office here. It's trying to make its debut in editing this video. And it's overall a welcome change. I like the increased lumbar support. One thing that I do anticipate changing is the casters. And although the casters that they come with, they're pretty much the standard default, plastic casters that are pressed together. There's nothing wrong with those casters, except I think I'm going to go with a much taller nylon, more durable caster. I think it might roll around on my carpet and my chair mat a little better. Though that's probably the only change I'm going to make right now. I'm going to really give this a good test drive, if you will, because I spend a lot of time in this chair, and it probably won't take me very long to realize that I should spend the stupid money that people want for quote unquote better chairs. And I'm not saying that there's not better chairs out there. After putting this together, it's very evident that the build quality is what it is. But if it's durable and sturdy enough to hold me and put some seat miles in, we're going to see how long this thing lasts. And I will probably check back in and let you know when I've decided to upgrade again. So I guess the one thing that I'm most disappointed about is that when I was doing my research, I'm a fan of leather. Hardwood, oaks, maple, leather. That's just kind of me. And everything's plastic and mesh, and foam padding is fine, but put the foam padding under leather, right? I couldn't find really a good leather seat that was considered ergonomic with, upgraded support and everything. So I went with this mesh seat. That's the part that's sort of sitting a little wrong for me because I just prefer to have leather. But maybe you just can't get a good ergonomic chair made out of leather. I don't know. If you're one of those people that can help me out with some suggestions of what I really should be looking at, I do realize leather increases the cost of things, but you buy a quality piece once and it lasts a lot longer than buying a bunch of cheap junk every year. In the long run, you've got a nice piece of furniture there. So that's sort of my approach to things: is to, if you're going to do something, do it right. Don't do it at all. We're going to see how long this chair lasts, and maybe it's a mistake, or maybe it's a good bridge to something better. I'm sure that there's other people here in the home that might find some use for this particular chair. It's overall not an uncomfortable chair. I would like the leg support to be raised a little bit. You don't have that level of adjustment. You have swiveled this way, but the seat, if it would just pick up just a little bit in front, because it's not as deep as the leather chair that I gave up. And aside from that, I think the lumbar support is okay. The headrest is going to get in the way of a cowboy hat, but it's removable. So I don't know how long until those adjustment pieces either get too loose to adjust with me taking the headrest on and off and on and off. But we'll see, right? Because it needs to be functional for what I do with the business here. So that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this little different approach to the video here, a little bit different type of content. There's much more on the way. Stay safe. God bless.